First of all, Mr. McClellan and I have already agreed to something. We've agreed to speak to you with our jackets off because last time it was the air conditioning wasn't working as well as it is today, so pardon us if we do that. Like John said, my name is Russell Johnson, and I want to be your new district attorney. I want to give you a DA's office that you can be proud of, one that is accessible to everyone, cooperative with law enforcement, and supportive of the victims and their families. I want to give you a drug task force that is strong, efficient, and unified. I want to give you a system that will help bring about a system of swifter justice to the 9th Judicial District. And we do this by some of those things I've already stated. An office that is open and accessible to everyone, an office where you can call and actually get a live person to talk to you, to discuss your problems, to put you in touch with the person in that office that you need to talk with, even if it's the district attorney. Now, granted, the district attorney, hopefully, I will be in court actually practicing law as far as trying cases, prosecuting cases on a regular basis, but I can't be in the courtroom all the time, and I can't be in the office all the time, but I will try to take your call if they're available, or at least return your call or make sure that someone does. You will be able to come to the office and talk to me. Not only you as just everyday citizens, but also the law enforcement officers and the public officials. I will foster a spirit of openness and cooperation, not only from myself, but down to the assistants and the staff people and support people as well. That will help with the whole idea of cooperation with law enforcement, actually cooperating with the 4 sheriffs in each of the 4 counties, as well as the chiefs of police, to prosecute every chiefs of police case, every sheriff's department cases, to give them equal priority and to get cases moving along in the system. I will be supportive of victims and their families. I will make sure that victims, especially of the most heinous crimes, their families, if it's a murder case or rape, child abuse, have a seat at the table, can actually come in and talk with me or my assistants, and so that we can discuss the case and let them have a say-so in whether a plea bargain is made or whether it goes to trial. Granted, the victim cannot direct the case, but at least they can have some input. Like I said, with the drug task force, we need all 4 sheriff's departments on board cooperating. We need all of the chiefs of police on board cooperating to help combat the methamphetamine problem, the drug trafficking problem that we have. It's nice sometimes to be located near the junction of 2 interstates like I-75 where you go south of Florida or over west in Nashville or wherever on I-40, but it also creates a problem with drug trafficking coming right through the 9th Judicial District. We need to take advantage of the success of other drug task forces throughout the state and duplicate that and make that happen here in the 9th Judicial District. And you do that with a strong drug task force director, a new attitude, a spirit of cooperation with all the agencies that need to be involved. As far as swifter justice, moving the system along, do some things in court with the assistance with the DA's office like vertical prosecution. Assign 1 district attorney to do drug cases, 1 district attorney to do DUI cases. It doesn't make sense to have these cases come in at General Sessions Court, do the preliminary hearing or whatever takes place at that level with 1 set of assistants, and then have that officer or victims or witnesses have to tell their story all over again to a different assistant DA when it goes to the criminal court level and basically reinvent the wheel. That's one of the things that's slowing the system down. I know vertical prosecution will work in this district even with this limited number of assistants because it does in neighboring districts like over in Monroe County and Cumberland County where they have a similar number of DAs. But that's something you can do to move the system along. Also, prioritize the cases in the system. Obviously, you want murder cases to have a certain priority. You want rape, child abuse cases, severe drug cases to be tried first. Shift some things around as far as priority is concerned, and utilize the General Sessions Court system for what it's meant to do. Get rid of the bad cases or the weak cases. It's nice to say you have 0 tolerance, but sometimes you have cases that just aren't worth trying, aren't worth wasting taxpayer dollars. Get rid of those cases at the General Sessions Court level like it should be. It's nice to have the idea of a fast-tracking system for felony cases, but it's not really practical in every case because we only have grand jury 3 times a year in each of the 4 counties. So if you commit a serious drug crime in January, but grand jury's not coming up in March, you're not really fast tracking anything. That person's not arrested. They haven't gone to the juvenile sessions court system where they're under bond or they're in jail or there's some reason to hold their feet to the fire. Talk to the other sheriffs, talk to the chiefs of police and see how well the fast track system is working, because it's not. I had the experience to put all this in place. I've been a courtroom attorney practicing in the 4 counties of the 9th Judicial District for 16 years. I've worked with these law enforcement officers. I've worked with the court personnel, the public defenders, the judges. I know how the system works, what works well right now and what doesn't work well. For 6 years, I've been a state representative. For 8 years, I've been a city judge, so I have the perspective as a judge as well. As state representative, I've served on the House Judiciary Committee. I've chaired the Criminal Practice Subcommittee, the very committee that all of the changes or amendments or new laws involving our criminal code have to come through that subcommittee. I was one of the key sponsors on the anti-meth bill back in 2005. I've sponsored bills for the District Attorney General's Conference, of which Mr. McClellan's office is one of 31. I've sponsored bills for the Sheriff's Association and Chiefs of Police. I have the networking knowledge and ability that I can apply to work with these sheriffs, chiefs, and the people that are involved here in this 4-county area. Also, I'm not afraid to prosecute people who need to be prosecuted, even if that's a law enforcement officer that's had a problem or a difficulty. As you may know or have seen in Nashville, I've taken on difficult causes. For 4 or 5 years, I fought to pass a bottle deposit bill in the state of Tennessee, where I had to go up against the liquor industry, the beer industry, the oil companies, the grocery stores, the big lobbyists, and I wasn't afraid to do it and had much support in that effort. Also, I've taken on TVA with their action in trying to sell off a lot of public land to private developers for private residential development. So I'm not afraid to take on the difficult cases, and I won't be afraid to do that as your new district attorney. If you don't know who you're going to vote for, or even if you're unsure about voting in the DA's race, I would ask you to do one thing. Go talk to a member of law enforcement, a family member, a friend, or just someone you may happen to know. Talk to the sheriffs. Talk to anyone in law enforcement, or even in the courthouse and the court personnel that are involved in the day-to-day justice system and prosecution of cases. Ask them, do we need a change? Why do we need a change? And who should I vote for district attorney? I would appreciate your vote August 3rd. Thank you for this opportunity to speak with you.